record. Hi, good morning, Facebook. Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Marines. I will be facilitating our pool session today. Reiki readings and Akashic records. So happy that you can join us. Hi, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for being patient. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marines, and I will be your facilitator today on Wu. We're talking Reiki readings and Akashic records, and I'm so excited to be able to offer opportunities for healing for you. Thank you. Start getting ready. All you need is yourself and to be comfy. You might want to get a glass of water, but other than that, all you need is yourself. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Get comfy, sit down, grab a warm blanket if you like, and embrace the energy of self-care, self-love, and presence.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you made it to be with me this morning. Again, I'm Marines Rodriguez. I will be your facilitator today. I am a Reiki master, a sound healing practitioner, and I'm also an intuitive reader. I do consulting sessions with people not only on their healing, but also reaching their goals, expanding their relationships, and also definitely getting in touch with their heart space. Today, our session is called Reiki readings and Akashic records, mini healing sessions for you and yours. So this is all about being able to marry different healing modalities, and I'll be offering readings to everyone that comes into the Woo space until 8:30. And these are quick readings. I offer energy readings around the full moon and new moon, which help you to understand the cycle that you're in and what's going on, what you should reflect on, what you could focus on, and what you should be embracing. I also offer Akashic records readings, and the Akashic records is, think of it as a library of everything that's ever been said and everything that's ever happened. It's like an information bank. It has everything that's ever happened with your soul, including past lives, current lives, and opportunities in the future for future lives. With the Akashic records, we don't necessarily say this is what's going to happen at this time because the possibilities are endless. And when you're in the records, you're able to elevate to your highest self. It's such a beautiful energy. So when we work together, I bring us into your records and you're able to be in your higher self. So what seems like the only option actually now has a vast opportunity for new possibilities. You can see things literally from a higher perspective. You no longer have tunnel vision. You're vision of things has now expanded, and also it has a healing vibration. So it elevates you, it elevates me, and it brings us to a higher vibration, and people just feel good. It allows you to see things more clearly and to just feel better. And with Reiki, I'm going to be offering a little bit of Reiki here as well when it comes up during the readings. With Reiki, I usually have in-person sessions from anywhere from an hour to 90 minutes and virtual sessions, which are usually an hour. When I do consultations, I sometimes bring in Reiki, or I might open someone's records, or I might bring in some cards for intuitive readings. Consultations are more of just a marrying of things, and stay tuned to the offer we have available because my services will be about a third of the regular price. So I'm really excited to offer that. With that being said, I'm going to be able to take the first person for a reading very soon. Just put your name in the chat. With Reiki, I am attuned to different frequencies of Reiki. So I'm attuned to money Reiki for abundance. I'm attuned to Violet Flame Reiki for more specific matters of healing. And then I'm attuned to traditional Usu Reiki, which helps us to release anxiety, physical pain, traumas, and heal memories, not only from the past of this lifetime, but past lifetimes as well. So just start hopping on. So I can check the chat.
You're looking for names now?
Yes. So
okay. Akashie is the first one.
I'll do Akashie. Let's see. The cards take their time. They do what they do. All right. So right now, what you're being called to and also be in is quiet time. You're being called to take time to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Often because we are like nature, we tend to forget that we actually live and operate in cycles. And so sometimes when we're feeling more like tired or called to rest, we start to wonder or feel guilty, like, am I being lazy? Or like, why am I not being productive enough? So this is just your guides reminding you here that you are supposed to be taking quiet time. And especially this full moon personally has been exhausting. I am pretty good at being able to tell what's going on with the cycles, and I can predict kind of like, okay, let's make more opportunities for reflection during the full moon and so on and so forth. However, this one was like a kick in the booty. Definitely. So I'm glad that that came up. And then I'm just going to quickly ask if there's anything that you should be praying for when people like us in this, like not only Akashie, which I know very well and love, but just people that are in these spaces like the Woo community. There's so much information that we know. There's so much options to heal and to kind of work on our alignment and our spirit that sometimes it's like, where do I even go? Like you can literally sit down and pray for 100 things. So I like this modality of reading as well because it helps you hone in on like what exactly do I have to pray for the most right now in the next week or so. So we're just gonna ask Akashie's guides what we want to kind of focus on. Whoa. Okay. So interesting enough, it matches. So your card was dive deep. So you're being requested to focus on diving deep and embracing and praying for that. So just asking your guides to help you to be strong enough to dive deep during this quiet time and this time that was calling you to meditate and contemplate. So there's definitely some stuff coming up here that you need to reflect on. We just came out of that intense Mercury retrograde that brought up so many situations from past, so many miscommunications with our close ones. And you're being asked to maybe incorporate some of those lessons, but also other stuff that may be just buried in the body. And if you could just come off mute if you'd like and share anything that came up for you.
Um, excuse me. I didn't understand what you said. The second card said, I'm being asked for diver teeth.
No, you're being asked to dive deep. Sorry, I speak.
Oh, dive deep. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's interesting because it goes right with the first card, which is saying take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So this is not just about the full moon being exhausting and releasing and processing. This is something that you've got to dive deep into. And often we kind of know that things are vibrating low, not as in your low vibration, but it's called like a reverberation almost, where something is kind of affecting our beliefs, affecting how we walk in the world. And because it's not loud and in your face, it's easily overlooked. So just diving deep into something that might really be kind of aching at you and calling your attention. And you don't have to share what that is, but if anything comes to mind, you may use this space as your space.
yeah. I'm having some stomach issues.
Mm.
So I've been going back and forth to a couple of doctors. I have an appointment tomorrow. So it's like, okay, let's see what's going on. And really, y'all, let's get it.
Mm.
And even for myself, I I'm getting ready to go on a 21-day cleanse,
Mm.
eating nothing but raw food and juicing, and just drinking water. Like once in a blue, I'll drink juice, but I'm like, no, whatever's going on in here, you cannot live here and you will not live here. I am not your home and your house. You're getting ready to go.
I love that so much. And that's something that cleanses are so interesting about because and I feel like you definitely are going into it with the best mentality possible. But often, even myself, I'm like, oh, I need to detox my body. Like, yeah, I'm gonna feel better emotionally and mentally. But when you stop having that numbing and that kind of mask of really underlying emotions through processed chemicals or whatever, or cravings that are fulfilled through our taste buds, you get raw. Like a raw diet can make you raw. And when you're raw, you feel things more deeply and you're able to process your emotions. And that funk that can come with the detox is like, whoa, I expected to have maybe all these physical things, these physical reactions, but the emotional and mental reactions are intense. And I'm really excited for you and to hear how you are on the end of that 21-day journey. And I just wanted to quickly say as well with the belly, is it lower belly? Is it like to the left? Is it to the right?
It's to the left of my belly button.
Yeah, so you might want to also look into the spleen. So the spleen carries the energy of worry. And what happens often is that, especially like as people that are trying to be conscious, we tend to have maybe a lot of salads, smoothies, and things that may be cold. And so if we worry too much, our spleen the chi and the life force in the spleen tends to weaken. And if you feed the chi a lot of cold foods, it gets weaker. It needs warmth. So, for example, I've done cleanses and detoxes when my spleen was weak and I had to get the juices out of the fridge to get room temperature before drinking them. I love having cold water with my meals and I had to stop that as well. Again, this is not a diagnosis, but this is something that you might want to reflect on. So you can Google even spleen and traditional Chinese medicine and then look at some herbs that could possibly help, drinking a lot of teas. That's something that I'm a little bit informed on, not only through my studies, but also through my personal experience.
Okay. Is there anything from the Akashie?
Akashic records. So we're not, so the opening the Akashic records is very, very, very personal. So it's something that isn't done like this. That's why I have an offer. So it's something that can be married into this process. So for example, you could ask your soul, what does this stomach pain have to do with? And Akashic record readings are interesting because their answers are not as clear. It comes out as symbols and we kind of unpack things together. It could have something to do possibly with something from childhood, and that's something that your soul would offer information for when it feels like you're ready for the information in a specific way. So this is just right now on card readings. And then I sent you some Reiki in the belly because I know that you and I have our own relationship, and basically I have permission.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you for hopping on.
All right.
Okay, the next name is Veronica.
Veronica.
Good morning, Marinese.
Good morning, Veronica.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good.
I love that. Okay, let's see. So Veronica, you are being called to go outside more. This is because you haven't been outside or in nature as much as maybe your spirit has needed right now. It's blocking your high priestess energy. You have already arrived at that place of high priestess of that wisdom and that just intuitive knowing and less questioning. And so there might have been some fogginess around that, but connecting with nature is definitely going to help you. And then it's also going to help you connect with your inner goddess. So is anything coming up for you there?
It's true. I've been staying in the house a lot, and I haven't been walking, and I realized that I've been missing that. Yeah, absolutely.
And the interesting thing is that we all know, like we hear seasonal depression and blah, 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 but really it's just a fancy name for lacking solar energy. You know, we are made of stardust, we're made of the cosmos, and we need solar energy. And something that's really, really helpful to do if, let's say you don't like, especially starting off when you haven't walked, if you want to just start with 15 minutes to kind of not overthink it and just get it done, you can wear a t-shirt that allows access to your solar plexus and kind of like your belly button space. Just maybe like lay down somewhere and sit somewhere where the sun can hit that space.
Okay.
Yeah, the sun is going to give you a lot of energy. Another way to incorporate nature as well in your diet is to eat more foods and vegetables that absorb solar energy.
What are some?
Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it the color? Is it the color of the food?
No, the color of the food doesn't matter as much as the fact that they absorb solar energy. So for example, if a food grows underground, it's not absorbing so much solar energy.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to ask something that you can pray for to help you focus on, right? Because I can pray for heart expansion. I can pray for more intuition. So for my third eye, and it's like, okay, but what's the one thing that you might want to focus on for the next week or two for Veronica? Please let us know. Inner knowing. Interesting. Because of the blocked high priestess, have you been feeling like you're not as connected to your inner knowing? Your inner knowing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting chills. Ooh. So yeah, because the high priestess was very clear, like, you know, and it came out upside down. So pray for your inner to help be strong in that inner knowing and to have to find the motivation, the discipline to go on the walks that will connect you.
Okay, I got that.
No, I mean, you know, this being awake right now is exhausting. You know, so it's also understandable why you would want to feel safe in your cocoon and honoring that part of you.
But I have to get out of the cocoon.
Yes, you do. But also like being gentle with the part of you that wants to stay in the cocoon.
Okay.
You know, like saying like, hey, I know we want to stay home and I know we feel safe here, but it's going to feel really good to go out.
Yeah, I feel emotional right now because you're hitting it right on top of it. Like I feel like, oh, I'm kind of hiding myself in here, feeling safe, and I need to step out. You know, I've been avoiding. I was away for two weeks, and I came back, and even when I was away, I didn't go out, and I was in the middle of the country, and I didn't go outside much. You know, and then I came back, and I haven't left. And so I'm getting it. I get it.
Yeah. Would you like a little Reiki?
Yes, please.
Sure. I'm just gonna fill you with a little light of the Buddha to help lighten you up, feel your vibration, lift you. And you can see the shower of light coming from the sky, from the sun, the solar energy as well, pouring in, mixing with the Reiki, washing you over. And you can see just some sludge, some fear just falling off. Just take some deep breaths here. So you're also carrying some emotions on your back chakras. We tend to focus on the front. So just if you can, with your body wash, just mix some salt.
Okay.
And just start kind of scrubbing that, and then leave it there a little bit, like wash the rest of the front, and then just leave the salt there to scrub. And then if you can, just when you get a chance, whatever you feel connected to, kind of like the cord cutting yesterday. This is a simpler form. It's not a ceremony, but just taking a scissor and just imagining little cords just falling off.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine. I feel it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
One walk can be game changing. I can relate so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you.
I love you more. Thank you.
I feel so lucky to be loved. Oh, thank you.
All right. So Abimbola is next.
I'm sorry, what's the name?
Abimbola.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you're being called to honor the cycles and rhythms that you're in. And interestingly enough, I mentioned that earlier. So I don't know if you're having kind of like feeling conflicted and not really accepting the fact that you have been maybe emotional or having a lower energy level and just seeing a change in your body.
Yes.
Okay. So is there anything that you want to kind of unpack here in the safe space? You don't have to.
Basically, I've been changing my diet and feeling different effects with my body and my health. So that's what I'm experiencing right now. Cleansing.
Okay, cleansing. So maybe I'm gonna ask what this might have to do with. Like what is at the root, or what is maybe what's associated with these kind of like different feelings? Because like I mentioned earlier, and I've created as well, it often has to do with like some trauma and emotion sometimes. So we're just gonna ask.
Well, not doing what I'm supposed to do, not eating what I'm supposed to eat, the right foods, and feeling a different type of effect and health-wise. So that's what's showing up for me at this time.
Okay, so let me see.
Not being disciplined.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna see what you can pray for, because it's easy to say that you can pray for discipline, but sometimes this lack of discipline is actually rooted in something else. For example, it could be rooted in actually low self-worth from like maybe abuse or not being validated by those around you. And so because you don't feel worthy enough to take care of yourself, it shows up and it seems like you're not disciplined. But really, you're just living through the wound of the child, which most of us, a lot of us are, most of us actually. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask that. So what came up again is like a lack of support. You're feeling like maybe you're not feeling supported. I don't know if it's by loved ones, maybe again by yourself. And also like magic came out, which is an interesting card to come out when I'm asking this question. I don't know if you do any candle work or if you do any like like physical spiritual work, and if you have tried marrying that into your diet change. I know that was loaded what I just said. Like, do you do any like physical work, like ancestor veneration or any candle work? Do you make any spiritual baths? Like, do you do anything physically that could be considered like magic?
Um, hmm, I don't know how to answer that.
Okay.
Well, uh, just recently I had an opportunity to participate in a spiritual bath, but I didn't take advantage of that.
Okay.
And then I was told to burn a white candle, and I didn't do that. And I have the candle on my table. So
There it is.
yeah.
Perfect. So then what you're going to do now is that you're going to marry those things together. You're going to, the candle could have been for something separate, but you're going to ask the candle to light the way to your journey to health, right?
Okay.
Especially a white candle, you want to try to light that and when there's daylight. And it's good, like just do it as soon as you can. And then when it comes to spiritual baths, let's say you didn't take the opportunity of the bath before, you can try to make your own. If you have any essential oils, you can put some water, you can put some salt, and then maybe one essential oil. Don't go too crazy because some don't work well with others. You can put some herbs in there, like even some rosemary, thyme. If you have sage, you can boil some sage, things like that, and it'll help you. And just talk to the water, ask it to wash away whatever is kind of keeping you from taking care of yourself. And then lastly, also salt literally helps to remove, detox things from our organs and tissues. And so often when we're finding it hard to change our diet, it's because our tongue and our body is used to those like highly more processed foods because they taste good. Like I love salt, right? And I'm actually on week 2 of no sugar, no coffee, and it's challenging. And you know, there has to be some type of support. So I don't know if you could have, for example, an accountability partner in your circle that can help you to like, you know, share when you're really feeling tempted. And then sometimes we feel tempted and we just have to pause before the impulse, communicate the impulse, and then it releases its grip on us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Right.
Okay, next up is Deborah McKinney.
Oh, Deborah. Okay, yeah.
Deborah.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, I'm just So what came up for you? What came up here was true love, romance. I mean, you know, this is again a platform, but if you'd like to share anything that's going on with love, I'm gonna ask an additional question. What does it have to do with this true love? What does it have to do with this? Okay, hi. So yeah, so again, what's coming up is this true love. Like almost like the stirrings of your heart are like something is happening in your heart space where either you're considering kind of maybe attracting a partner or something with romance, or someone has come into your life, something with like great love in your heart space. Is there anything that you can, that is connecting here? You're on mute. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, on my end, I lost your sound, so I couldn't hear you. Do you mind repeating some of what you said?
Not at all. So again, what came up for you, and it was very, very clear, is true love and like the fact that your heart your heart space is almost like somebody's not somebody yet necessarily, but something is happening where the heartstrings in your heart space are being tugged on, and it's almost like maybe wanting a great love to be delivered to you, or either you're starting a new cycle when it comes to romance. Does anything come up?
Yeah,
And again, I was saying that this is a big platform, so you don't have to like really get too personal if you don't want to.
sure. I think it's definitely resonating with kind of how I'm relating with my partner, as well as even with myself. And so I know that just kind of yesterday, I kind of had this emotional like scream of like, I want to feel loved. I want to feel happy about myself and about loving. And I think that it's related, I think, to my partnership, but also with myself. So I think that's kind of what's coming up for me with what you shared with me.
What also came up too in a different card, which was interesting, was about investments, like looking at bad investments. So I was like, what? Like love? Like this, like fully clearly love card, and then this investment card, this bad investment. So maybe looking like definitely like it seems like you're looking at where you're investing your energy, where is it paying off, and things like that. So what happens also is just to remind ourselves, especially as you're looking at more love with yourself, is that as many of us know, our relationships reflect our relationships with ourselves. And often we tend to prioritize the relationship with partners when really we need to pour into ourselves. And sometimes there's codependency there. I'm a recovering codependent, so I would know. And it's like almost like the same validation that we're seeking for ourselves and that same love that we're seeking from someone else, we're actually starving for it deep down. And then we start to resent the people in our lives when they don't love us in a way that doesn't even resemble the way that we love ourselves, when we should be loving ourselves more. And I think that not only will like kind of like that track you're already on with focusing on like true love and unconditional, because the card was true love, unconditional love. And just, and we've discussed this before too, but again, unconditional love, right, is like even realizing like when you feel like, yo, I want to be loved more, being like unconditionally loving that part of you too, that is like, wait a minute, I'm not being loved how I want to be, and not feeling guilty about that, or not feeling shameful, just loving ourselves through the whole part of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck. I love.
Love you. Thank you.
You.
All right, Phyllis Baker is next.
What's the name? I'm so sorry.
Phyllis Baker.
Okay. Okay, Phyllis Baker, I'm so curious what comes up for you. Okay. What's this? Okay. So there's a few things coming up. There is this disconnect to bodies of water. I don't know if usually you, I don't know. So usually when we need more intuition, we are called to like sit by like rivers, lakes, or work more with water. But what came up also is that there's kind of like this like not embracing a bold side of yourself, not being able to unleash an adventurous side. And like right now you're being called to take risks and to be daring. And I can keep pulling cards, but I just want to hear from you and see what's there for you.
Yes. Well, that's something I'm trying to embrace in my life, to go out more, to connect with others, and to I just recently went out with a person I met on Zoom through one of my connections here. And we went to a movie, and that's been the first time I ever went out with someone else, like not a partner or a family member. And so I told her that, yes, I'm gonna start doing adventures outside of myself, because I don't go out much.
Yeah, and I think because it seems like you're really being called to that, and it's obviously like a challenge for you, looking at ways that you can start like integrating, like taking big risks and taking little risks. So like maybe looking at what kind of group gatherings are in your community, like if there's a pottery class, or if there's,
I started that. I do pottery.
yeah,
I'm doing a little adventures going out. I go to centers to do art. I do meditation. I'm doing a lot more than I used to do. So I'm doing those things.
that's beautiful. So what you're being asked to pray for more is more awareness. So I think this has to do with the fact that you want to be more clear on what are the driving forces, right, that are making you take these moves, and also being clear on what are the apprehensions, or what because often whatever is kind of holding us back or kind of scaring us a little bit, it's actually like there's a lot of medicine there. And there's a lot of room for cultivating, again, a deeper connection with ourselves and love. Because when we look at those things deeply, we get to know ourselves better. And so it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that this is a really good way of you connecting deeper with yourself and enjoying the process, not only of trying something new, but getting to know yourself more deeply, especially as you're taking more risks. You're getting to know yourself, because you're not going to be the same woman, you're a different woman. So kind of getting to know yourself and enjoying that process, like being like, wow, look at my growth. So so your key word here is awareness. So just praying for more awareness. Not that you're not aware, but just to see more deeply the interweavings of just your life, and why you take the steps that you take, and what may be stopping you from taking any other steps, or not even stopping you, but making you apprehensive or like nervous.
No, I'm into finding my purpose in life. And so I'm focusing on, what is my purpose?
So there's something that I'm going to shed light on, especially because of the work I do. I've been doing it for several years, and I've seen this change. But so purpose sometimes doesn't always have to be like this one line of like, you're meant to do this, right?
Right.
Yeah, and like sometimes your purpose right now, and that it can change, could be this side of you that is going to take these more risks, and then in that process, that's where you find the purpose. Like you may end up doing something, and then you're like, oh well, this is the purpose, and then that might be completely different in 7 years. And so maybe the process is actually giving yourself permission to try new things in this lifetime, because maybe in a past lifetime you couldn't.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good luck. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for myself.
And congratulations, by the way. Like, what you're doing is huge and it's great. And I see you.
Thank you so much.
All right, next up is me.
Oh, yay. Kenyofu, right?
Yofu, yeah.
Okay, just checking. I'm like, did I hear me or maybe me? Okay, all right. So let's see what's going on for Kenyofu. I'll put you back in here. You're being asked to take a leap of faith. Um, they're saying to take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So this is not, this is more about, so it seems like you're kind of clear on the desire. This is not about just taking a risk. It's about whatever desire is coming up, just take a risk on it. And not necessarily needing to get the result that you feel like you would best want, and being okay with if the result is different, but taking the risk and doing what your heart desires to do is the most important part here. Is anything resonating for you there?
I'm not sure. So doing what my heart desires as far as anything is like an interpersonal or business or
So I
what?
asked for an additional question, and pretty much it has, this is actually having to do with the inner critic. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do, but the inner critic has been kind of like telling you like, oh, well, maybe you should do it this way, and you got to wait till it's better, or you got to prepare more, or just like that chatter, that's not your intuition, right? Because the intuition is gentle. So kind of that ego chatter. If there's something that you've been desiring to do or take a risk on, and the inner critic has been babbling on and on about, they're saying to take a leap of faith. And I can ask additional again. I can ask additional questions.
Yeah, if you could. I mean, there's is narrowing down a little bit more, but I don't even, there's a inner critic is present a lot. But I will check it. So that's where I'm like, if you can give me more.
Oh yeah, this is around creative projects, passion projects. This is not about business. This is not about emotions. This is about passion projects. And this also, so what's influencing this is some confusion and some burnout as well. And this has to do with delegating and like releasing any fears around being able to delegate, and kind of just being able to like not silence the fear, but work through it, and talking back to the inner critic, and then trusting that you can trust yourself to choose who to delegate things to. And this is definitely around passion projects.
Okay. Yeah, I get it now. So and it's the,
Wait, really quick. So so abundance and luxury kind of came out as well. While you're discussing, would you like me to send you some money Reiki to kind of, it helps release fears around abundance and prosperity and money.
please do.
Okay, so sorry, keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely want to do some more creative things, and it's the other busy work that keeps me from it. And I've been telling myself that I could have someone help me do the things, wherever it is, whatever the many things that I'm doing, someone could be my right-hand person. And that has been my question, is who can that person be? And can they really do what I need them to do?
Yeah, so the message here is like to take a leap of faith, which I know is scary, but maybe praying for more clarity on like, or getting signs on who to choose, and saying like you're ready to take the leap of faith and you heard the message, but just asking for assistance and getting clarity on who you're taking the leap of faith with.
Okay, got it.
I think that will be a good prayer for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. Okay.
All right, next up is Omifunke, and she's in Facebook. Omifunke McLeod.
Okay, so all right. So this is around a theme again. So earlier we got true love, and I mentioned unconditional love. So your theme is unconditional love, but this is around loving situations, not just people, loving others and loving people no matter what the outward appearances may be, even while having a sudden awareness that, like, wait a minute, this isn't working, or wait a minute, the way that this person is showing up in my life, it's not working. This is no longer beneficial. And having acceptance around this, it looks like you're kind of on that track already and it's going well for you, but also honoring whatever changes in emotions that may bring, right? And honoring that you might feel like a sudden awareness and happy that you're like, oh, I peeped this and I'm gonna make the adjustments accordingly. But then also knowing that sometimes in the moment that feels good, and then later we feel funky about it. And we might want to be in bed, or we might kind of feel low, and knowing that that's part of the process. Because when we have this awareness and we change things, we, even if we're like, you know what, I'm going to love this person from a distance unconditionally, but I'm not going to show up how I used to show up, or let them show up how they used to either. And I'm going to grieve that process. Like, there's still a grief, even if you're approaching it in a way that's positive and loving and mature, that's still a grief. And as we know, there's stages in grief and there's cycles, and it can be intense, and just allowing yourself to honor that journey. That completes that.
All righty, thank you. And Kyra is next.
Okay, I'm so excited. Clear some energy. Okay, what's coming up for you, Kyra, is the fact that you are blossoming right now. To remember to have patience with yourself, because as much as you feel like you've been doing whatever you have been doing for a long time or a while, you're actually just getting started, even if you can't see that from the perspective you're in. Have patience with yourself, don't give up, know that you're on the right track, and also love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and your energy. And seeing how that helps you blossom even more.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to ask as well if there's anything that you, okay, so what you can pray for, if you like, and invite more of in your life, is truth.
Mhm. It's
Like,
true. Okay.
is there anything that you want to unpack before you move on?
No, I mean, I have been making a whole lot of changes. I definitely have been blossoming, but just to know that it's the start and not, I'm almost there, is super helpful, because it's been a lot of work that I've been doing. I thought I was pretty good at saying no, but I definitely can say more. I can say no more. Yeah, no, I think this was helpful. Not even I think, I know it's helpful. I'm like, is there an area that I want to unpack? Oh, you know what? No, because I was gonna say it's really about dealing with myself. It's almost like having to be patient with myself. No, I think you've unpacked it. Because what I was gonna say was that the
the thing that I'm most impatient with is well, I guess it's exactly what you said. The work that I'm doing with myself is I want to see changes in myself a lot more quickly. But you're saying I'm just starting, so this is good. Thank you.
Something else I want to say too with boundaries. So yes, say no, but also what I've been learning and trying to practice as well, right? Because we're all on the journey, is that sometimes it's easier to preset the energetic boundary than having to say no. So like if we cultivate a relationship with protection,
Mhm.
right? And more protection, more abilities to be in our truth, more how do I say this? More kind of shields. We don't have to be in a space where we constantly have to protect our boundaries by saying no. They're already protected. So the boundary, the veil that people can get through before you say no is already more protected. So they would have to push through that first layer before they get to you. And that already kind of helps you have more energy for yourself.
Got it. Got it. And actually, when you're saying it, I can think of like one person I need to have more boundaries with, but it's actually not anything on his end. It's more on my end, where I'm just like, I feel like I'll make myself available. And it's a good thing because he's a great person and he's well-intentioned and everything. But I need to still say, okay, no, hold on. You got to put yourself first. You got to finish what you're doing. And then you guys will speak or whatever. And then you guys will. So no, this is helpful. Thank you. It's always helpful, Val. Thank you, babe. Love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye. I'm happy. Oh, it is, yes. And it is time to say goodbye to those that have to leave the space. I will miss you dearly. I wish you could stay, but I want to thank you for being here today. Again, there is an offer for you if you do have to leave. And also, if you want to kind of get a bigger session than this, obviously, I do have some offerings and they'll be dropped into the chat. So you can get a full private Akashic Records reading for $33 and a Reiki 30-minute Reiki session for $33. Usually my 1 hour is $111 virtually, and in person it's $155. So $33 is a real gift. And if you do the Akashic Records and the reading in 1 hour, you get that for $60, which is an even bigger discount. And if you want to send any love offerings and donations and energy exchange for what I've offered today, the info is also in the chat. There's Cash App there, there's Zelle, and there's also some monthly automated love offerings that you can provide as well. If you want to follow me, my Instagram is Pray Party Repeat. Reach out. You can also email me at praypartyrepeat@gmail.com. That's praypartyrepeat@gmail.com. Again, I'm honored, I'm grateful, and I'm happy. And I hope that you continue your day in happiness and in love and support as well.
Thank you, Inez.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome.
Up next is Denise
Thanks.
Gray.
Denise?
Yes, Denise Gray.
Denise. Let's see. Denise. And side note.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, and side note, my Reiki healings include sound healing as well, by the way. Didn't mention that. So you get like a 2 for 1. Okay, Denise. Let's see what's going on. Nice. So both of the cards, like 2 out of 3 of the cards that you got, interestingly enough, are very like colorful. There's this rainbow energy, if you can see. That is not common that 2 cards like that come out. So what's going on here is that you're in this space of transformation.
Yeah.
So yes, you are experiencing enormous change, but you should know that this is coming with great blessings. This is bringing great blessings. And what's also coming up is purification. So I don't know if you're already detoxing or cleansing, but this is not just body, but mind.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you're doing any breath work. Like breath work is really good to cleanse the mind and also the body, in accompany with any diet changes.
I've been doing a lot of meditation, which requires just a lot of that breathe, and all that meditation guided has talked about using your breath. And I've been doing intense amounts of it. I was during the pandemic healing for a very long time and had surgery, but it was a whole big healing period, and I was isolated and I was doing work really intensely. And I'm working on on a show, and it seems after years of developing and producing this, it's starting to flourish. It feels like that. So I've been working on everything, and I've also let go of like 30 pounds and things like that.
Okay.
Just working on my spirit too.
Yeah, so what's coming up is Kuan Yin, which is Guan Yin. I don't know if you work with Kuan Yin. I do, and she is such a beautiful energy, my God. So this is the additional card that came up besides the rainbow cards. So Kuan Yin is all about compassion, and you can do, if you want, you can listen to chanting. I listen to Kuan Yin chanting almost every day. So it helps you to bring light into the body, but also to expand the heart space. So what's coming up for you, the last message is that release judgments about yourself in this process. Release judgments of others and focus. And I'm getting like, ooh, I'm like this, like, it's almost like the judgment has been coming from like the womb space down here up, but it's leaving. It's leaving.
Yes,
So,
I had a hysterectomy, to be perfectly honest. Yes. Yeah, but I'm so grateful for it. Yes.
Yeah. So when you're in your meditation, if you don't already, sometimes just place your hand on your womb. Because, as I'm sure you know, even though it's not there, it's the energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The power, too, the power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're saying to try to like focus on the light and the love that's within you and within everyone. So again, like let's say you're getting ready and you don't, like let's say you haven't meditated or something, you want to incorporate something like kind of to help ground you or help bring you light. You can look up a Kuan Yin mantra.
Kuan Yin.
Yeah, most of them I'm not a fan of. I found one, like the sound, I found a good one on Spotify, and I had to go through about 10 before I found one track that I really like. So it's Kuan.
Kuan.
Yeah, Kuan Yin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuan, correct?
Say it again.
Kuan.
Yes, and then a separate, like her last name is like Yin. Y-I-N. Yeah, she's incredible. She's not like gonna bring you money. She's not gonna make you rich. She's not gonna bring you a man or whatever. Like there's goddesses that do that. But she is gonna bring you light, love, and compassion and help your healing journey.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have Teresa Plaskett from Facebook.
Okay, Teresa from Facebook. All right, let's see what's up here. What is the cycle? I'm also being called, Teresa, to pull an angel card for you. So I'm interested for that. I haven't pulled the angel card this whole session. Okay, so whatever you're worrying about, Teresa, don't worry about it. There's no need to worry because everything is working out beautifully as it should, even if things are not looking in a way that you would prefer them to look like, things are working out beautifully. And actually, it's okay to have peace. Like, don't feel like, wait, I'm being too chill about this. Like, no, you're supposed to be peaceful about this. And peace is coming to you if it's not already here. And then let's see what your angels want you to know. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Kind of in alignment with what I was talking about earlier with wearing a cloak of protection, or I said a shield, but you're being called to wear a cloak of protection, but also love. So often when we focus on protection from other people, we're thinking about like kind of just shielding ourselves. But sometimes when you shield yourself from things, you're also shielding yourself possibly from some blessings, depending on what the shield is and what is said or what's the intention in the mind. So being more specific, we're co-creators, we're magical, and our intention does matter, and being all willy-nilly with it will affect the effects of it. So again, it's the fact that the universe is with you, and make sure that your cloak specifically is a cloak of protection, but also love. And you can decide who puts this cloak on you. For me, I work with the Akashic Records, as I said, and I work with Ascended Masters. So I usually have the Ascended Masters give me a cloak. These are the people that have already been humans and have ascended into the spirit realm, and they help humans that are on earth now. That's different from like maybe a certain angel or a certain deity or like a certain God or whatever. I work with Ascended Masters a lot. So I sometimes just envisioning them putting the cloak around me and tying it. And then you can just say this cloak is protecting me, but also filling me with a shield of love. And you can decide the color of that robe as well. For example, purple can be good for like feeling kind of like royal and powerful, but also for this higher intuitive energy. Love is good. Pink is good. There's also something called the empath's bubble. So if you're empathic, you can feel yourself in a pink bubble, and it does protect you. But something that I've learned with the empathic bubble, the pink bubble, is that you're also less noticed. So if I go outside, I'm not as catcalled, and it's nice. But sometimes, like if I'm going to a bar, I want somebody to buy me a drink. So I don't want that pink bubble. You know, I might want a white, I might want a white bubble. So just to be clear, okay, because I'm very in my human self as well. To wrap that up, I wish you luck, Teresa. Next.
And next is Theodora Cross. Theodora Cross.
Got it. Let's find where we did that. Oh, there we go. And what is happening here? So actually, I'm detoxing too, but and again, purification came out, saying that this is the time to cleanse, detox your body and your mind. And again, I'm going to mention breath work because it's one of the easiest ways, especially if you're not yet ready to like completely do a reboot. But what's coming up, like the Wim Hof method, I personally love. You can find that on YouTube, and it's done in 11 minutes, and it's really powerful. But if you want to share for now, before I continue, anything that's coming up for you.
You say I need to do a cleanse?
It's not that so much that you need to do a cleanse. This is more about purification. So this is about cleansing and detoxifying, but the mind and the body. This is not just about like, oh, let me do a cleanse, because sometimes that can come out as well. This is about purifying yourself. So
Okay.
that can be done through breath work. That can be done through spiritual bath. That can be done through cleansing the aura with some good incenses, right? That can help purify. And there's different incenses that work with the higher chakras. There's one that work with the lower. There's one that works for the whole body. That can also be done through the work of essential oils. They can help purify the mind and the body, like really good oils, good quality oils, I mean. But also finding ways to purify the body internally as well by just not putting such a strain on it. Because when you start going into purifying the mind and purifying in spiritual ways, that does affect your organs. It does affect your tissue. It does affect all of that. And sometimes we put this crazy burden on our bodies to cleanse and purify on their own. And then on top of that, we add a layer of it to be like, oh, well, now I want you to purify my mind too, and purify my aura, and purify my spirit. And the body's like, damn, like we're not a machine. And your aura does have layers, right? So your aura has a mental body, it has an emotional body, it has an etheric body, and all of that, like they have their own colors. That's why when people get aura readings, you can see the different colors in the aura. But all these bodies exist within you. And here they're not talking about your emotions. It seems like you're probably in a good place emotionally. You're probably in tune. You're probably good at processing, expressing. This is specifically really paying attention to the body, and the mind.
Yep, I can relate.
Yeah. And then what you're being asked to, if you want to pray on and focus on, is blessings. So I don't know if you've been wanting more blessings, or I mean, usually we all want more blessings, but sometimes we feel like, wow, things are really good right now. So the blessings does not come out blocked. It comes out as like it's open for you and available. And I will say that purifying, in my experience, and helping others, when you do purify, this brings in more blessings. And now that we're discussing it, right? Because this is an interesting combo, and whatever's coming through me is coming through. But how's your space? Like, do you feel really organized? Is there stuff that maybe you should be giving away or getting rid of?
A whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, there it is. So when you give away, you make space for more to come in.
A whole
And
lot
so
of stuff.
sometimes we want more blessings, but it's like, where are we gonna fit it? Like you're stuffed. And often our physical space reflects what's going on inside. Like we're stuffed. And sometimes like I'll see like my room gets a little out of control, and I'm pretty OCD. And I'm like, wait, and I'm like, oh, my mind is stuffed. I've been watching too much TV. I've been doing too much. I've been on social media. It's too much in here that I haven't kind of released. And so it's showing up in my physical space.
Yes,
Yeah, there it is.
I definitely can relate.
Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing or hearing or whatever. Reach out to me. What happens once you give away, get rid of, even tidy up?
Yes,
Yeah, the blessings are coming.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next up is Teresa Scott.
Teresa! So many of my sisters on here today. I'm here for it.
I'm waiting to see what you got to say about me. Some stuff you already said to some other people. I'm like,
It's
okay.
interesting because a lot, and it's not that interesting. It's like people be like, oh, it's crazy you said that. It's like, it's not crazy. But we're all in this space together, and there's a reason why. But a lot of us are in similar cycles.
Yes.
And the cosmos will call us to do certain things. Okay.
And how you been doing? Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Really good. Yeah, you know how it is. Sometimes I have rough times, sometimes better.
Yes.
I'm just gonna new chords. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, so what came up for you was infinite supply. So your guides are saying that you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. Do you feel like you ever have kind of like lack consciousness or poverty consciousness, or like not? Do you ever like feel like you struggle from thinking abundantly?
I feel like, yes, I feel like I'm like when is it gonna come? Because it's like I've been working, so there's distractions that come sometime when I'm trying to do it. But lately I've been like a lot more focused. Like actually I wrote down I want to make a certain amount of money by the 20th of the year. And so I was just, writing down things to do to have it come. But
So a suggestion with that too that can be helpful, not only for you, but for your spiritual team that's working in your favor, is so whatever you ask for that or better. Because when you ask for a super specific number, it's great, but then they have to now put things together for you to get that same exact perfect space. And so you want to it helps if you're like, oh, I want this or better.
okay, so you're saying like don't put an exact amount, just put.
You can, but you can say you want an exact amount or better or more.
Okay.
Because then you expand your own possibilities.
Okay, thank you so much.
So that the universe doesn't have to kind of work so hard to be so specific to get what you want, especially if that's really ingrained in your mind.
And that's so deep that you said that, because oh man, you just don't understand what you said to me just now. Wow, that is so deep, man.
Yeah, so when you ask for stuff, say blah, 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 or better or more, because it just makes it easier. And and again, like I've had wishes where I'm like, I want to be doing this full time by the end of next year. And I'm like for 2 weeks wishing for that. And then I forget about it. And then it happens to me kind of by accident. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe like my job changed. And it's like, oh wait, I actually wished for this. And I wished for it a year ago and I forgot. Oh wow, thank you so much. And it's so interesting. And then lastly, I want to tell you what also came up for you was the goddess Ma'at and fairness. So you should know that there's a situation that maybe you've been thinking about or that's happened. It will be handled in a fair and just manner.
That is on point.
Okay, yeah. So keep, and you can pray to her, work with her, and ask her to bring more fairness and more justice into your life. Okay.
Who do I ask that?
The goddess Ma'at, M-A-A-T.
Okay.
Yeah, she's incredible. You've probably seen her, you just may not remember. She has the feathers and she's all about like there's the 48 laws of Ma'at. I don't know if you
No,
studied.
I was just reading that book this year, so that's why when you said it, I was like, oh wow, I can't believe she just talked about that, was reading that book.
Well, she came out for you, honey. She didn't come out for me. So there's a connection there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Be blessed.
Be blessed too. Love you.
Love you.
All right, next and last up, it seems, is Miss J Divine.
Miss J Divine, oh my God, I've been seeing you in the little corner. You look so radiant in the sun, driving. You look happy. I'm loving the vibe.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's see what's up for Miss J Divine. Okay, similar things. Is there anything else? No, give me something different. Anything else? There's got to be more. All right, let's try an angel deck. Let's see, do the angels, do the light workers have anything they want Miss J Divine to know? Okay. So you got a lot of similar things that came up, but before that, I'm gonna talk about the fact that right now you're in a space where it came out blocked, but you should be experiencing more grace. You should be able to share your gifts with more grace. And I don't know if you've already been feeling the waves of inspiration that are coming to you, but there are definitely waves of inspiration making their way to you. So if you could find even like 3 minutes of silence, like I know we love guided meditations. I love guided meditations. I love sound in the background when I meditate, but sometimes we need silence to kind of reconnect and listen. So there's definitely some waves making their way to you and they want to kind of just wash over you to inspire you, and you finding spaces to allow that. I don't know if you've ever worked with the violet flame. I am also a violet flame practitioner, apart from Reiki practitioner, blah, 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 all that other stuff I do. But the violet flame is beautiful because it releases karma. So we carry karma not only from our family and ancestral lineages, which is why like I, like other people, burn ancestor money to release karmic debt from our lineages, but also we carry karma from past lives. And so Saint Germain came up for you, and Saint Germain is like kind of like the keeper of the violet flame. And you don't have to be a violet flame practitioner to work with the violet flame. The violet flame is a frequency that you can work with, that you can like visualize with, and it can wash over you, and it helps to release karma and also transmute energy. So Reiki helps to release, it fills you with specific energies. It's a beautiful modality. And violet flame, but Reiki, you have to kind of be attuned to Reiki to give it, or to give it to yourself. But with the violet flame, you don't need to be attuned to necessarily work with the energy. And violet flame transmutes. So it can take, for example, fear and transmute it to joy. It's more of an alchemy. So that came up. So if you want to look into the violet flame, there are decrees that you would say before. You can choose the decree. The decree is kind of like a mantra, but it's not a mantra. It's like a prayer. It's like in between a prayer and a mantra. It's a beautiful energy. You can YouTube also some violet flame healing. I know that was a lot, but I'm just going to throw in a few more things that came up. Also, you need to also kind of like embrace this unconditional love for yourself. And I talk about unconditional love so much because that's been one of the struggles for me that I think to integrate was hard. And since I have been able to better integrate it, it just makes life so much better. So again, like loving yourself when you choose to skip the gym or skip the walk, loving yourself when you overeat, right? It's easy to be like, wow, like loving yourself when you're looking good and when you've made the right decisions. But then when you so-called fail or let yourself down, that's where you need the most love. You know, so I wanted to say that. And then know that you're also in a stage of blossoming. Go ahead if you want to say anything.
I was in line at Starbucks and I was like, let me get out this line. Because I already see she's pulling from so many different areas of my life. I recently lost a substantial amount of weight and I have purposely been self-sabotaging because I'm losing too much weight too fast. So that self-care portion where I know that I need to get up a little early and do my squats and lift my weights. The reason why.
Wait, you went on mute again. Be careful. Okay. The reason why.
When you lose a lot of weight really, really fast, your body doesn't have a chance to keep up with it. Agreed. So your skin you'll lose elasticity in your skin, your hair will fall out. And me, I want to keep my skin somewhat tight. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna eat a piece of bread today. I'm gonna eat some French fries today so that I could slow things down. And so there was that. So thank you for letting me know that, okay, I have to really get back to me and that it's okay to lose, but I just have to do my exercising or my walking, which is what you said. The dark space, Pastor Brandon J. Smith has been on Woo Nation and he has said some things. He has said some things that came to pass this year. So that darkness, he already told me about that. And the blossoming season, I feel, is starting to happen. Also, you telling me to tap more into my creativity. I was feeling that darkness. I was also feeling like a huge imposter syndrome where, you know how they say, what's the jack of all trades is a master of none?
Yes.
But that full saying, that's not necessarily true. I actually am a master at a lot of things. And I was feeling imposter syndrome, like, am I really that good at all of the things? Maybe I should take a step back. Maybe I should just dial it back. But I have been inspired to do all of the things. Like I make waist beads, I do earrings, I'm a hairstylist, I can teach. Like there's so many different things. And I have fallen back out of fear that like people aren't gonna believe in me. But I'm like, I need to believe in me first before anybody else can believe in me. And I have to love myself and love and appreciate all of my abilities and all of my talents and all of my skills. So all of the things that you're saying are just like, okay, cool. Let me get out of this line so I could really, really receive what you're saying. So thank you.
Yeah, and something else is like that. I know about that jack of all trades things, especially because it's like I've had the same question, and I think there's a difference between like the way you market yourself in the 3D, because you can't control your perception, right? And you can only care so much, but you can care as well about how you market yourself, right? And how you market all those things that you're good at. And I think it's because if you make these things and you sell these things, it's important to look at the marketing side of it, which for me is like, ugh. But that's when it's important. But first of all, with the jack of all trades, you're a Black woman, right? So Black women are the most magic thing on the planet. So it's like one, right? Like ancestrally, genetically, like DNA wise, like the melanin that you carry, the just the history, like everything is like, I mean, like Black is the blueprint. So it's like there's that. So one, like for me, it's like my grandfather did this, my great grandfather did this work, my mother's sisters did this work, my grandfather, my father's side, and I'm a fucking old soul. I don't know what lifetime this is. This is like a lot of what happens is that when you're on this path and you're connecting and you're doing things, especially things like waist beads and hair, that stuff in your DNA kicks in. And then the stuff that you've experienced in past lives kicks in.
Right.
You chose this lifetime for a reason. I'm sure you haven't been something that's not connected to what you are today before.
Right.
And I can go deep with this type of stuff, but
Right.
I just want to remind you of that. And again, like when you're having those moments and when you're rethinking, the most important thing is the love, the unconditional love for yourself. Even when you're like, oh, am I doing this too much? Or am I with the French fries? Like, even when you don't have the answer, even when you're like, yo, I'm fucking confused, I'm not sure, you're still lovable. And with spirituality, like especially like people are like, oh, like I work with clients that they've like, since I started working with them, they've gone so far with their spiritual knowledge and they've done so much. And I'm always like, remember, spirituality at the end of the day really is about unconditional love. Like how big can you expand your heart and how much can you extend that to others, right? Like, yes, be a warrior. Yes, be protected. Yes, be like, yo, society, capitalism, and government, like, don't fuck with me, but still have love in your heart. Right. And I think that that's the most important thing. And I just want to like kind of, because the unconditional love card came up for you, is like, because you're blossoming, and in blossoming, there's a lot of changes. And again, like I said, the cycles, the rhythms, just as women, we experience cycles and rhythms more because of our menstrual cycle, right? That's a ceremony in itself because we're more in tune with the moon cycles. And then on top of that, as spiritual people, we're going to experience more cycles because we're more in tune with nature, right? Yes, love is important, but also the connection with the earth and with the fact that we're on this planet that's bigger, that's part of a bigger universe and possibly more universes. Who knows where it ends? And like in the scheme of things, we're a little dot, but we're actually also the vastness of it.
Right.
Again,
Brandon said that this would be my transformative year. He said that this would be like to just be observant, be patient, use this time to tap into my creativity, which I have, my singing, my writing, my everything, like learning all of the things, because it's a setup for a comeback. Like next year is like the end of this year into the beginning of next year, and next year and beyond is where I'm gonna really flourish. But he said this is my transformative year. So you said the violet flame.
Yeah, and you connected to Saint Germain.
And Saint Germain.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you don't have to be into saints. I grew up Catholic. I'm not Catholic anymore, but I still fuck with my saints. Also, I'm Dominican, so we use saints to hide voodoo. Or whatever.
I'm Puerto Rican, so
okay. So it's like if you don't connect with, like, if you like, let's say even somebody that doesn't connect with saints, they can still work with Saint Germain. It's just a name.
So let me ask you a question. So who is his Yoruba parallel Saint Germain? Who is comparative to him?
I don't know if he has one, because one, I work more with, or I've studied more of the 21 divisions, and he's not in there. So I don't know if I've never even looked at that at all. I know that there's also 3 more people that work with the violet flame, and that's Holy Amethyst, which is also like a guy. There's Archangel Zadkiel, and then there's, I don't remember the last one. I can't, it's not coming to my mind right now, but those are separate people. And then also with violet flame Reiki, Kuan Yin works with the violet flame, but she's not known to work with the violet flame. Because I studied under a shaman, I studied under I studied under Reiki teachers and Akashic Records teachers. I have so many different lineages, and my own studies take me different places. So with Saint Germain, I can't tell you that. I don't know. I don't know if he is, maybe he is, I'm not sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Akashie, I'm complete. Thank you.
Yay. I'm complete too.
Okay, no one else is in line, and however, Teresa has her hand up.
I just wanted to tell you thank you for tapping into us like you tapped into us today, because you can't even imagine I've been going through a lot of stuff, and for you to say those words to me was just so powerful. And I was just trying to get the right name of the person, but Kenyofo put it in. But I just want to tell you thank you. You know, and since the last time I seen you, you look so you look so peaceful, sister. Whatever you're doing, just keep on doing it. You know, you look like a little princess right about now. Like your whole face is just like shining at a different space. And I love you, sister.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Love you too. Thank you. Yeah, you know, it's a learning journey. So yeah, some lessons are harder harder than others. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing that with me. I'm so grateful. Kenyofi, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, ready for what? There's no more names. What
So
would
we
you
can
like to do
close out.
now?
We can close out, right?
Sure.
So before while Kenyofi's getting the slides, I just want us to take a deep breath in through the nose. If you're still on, and exhale through the mouth. And then you can take this exercise that I'm about to introduce and share, and you can do it every day. So just imagine that there are cords coming out of your feet, one out of each foot, and then imagine that they are going down to the earth's core, and imagine that those cords connect to the earth's core. Now, seeing the cord come back up to your feet, right? And you're just gonna cut that. Just like imagine I'm there with a little scissor, somebody's there, and those cords just get cut off. So these are grounding cords. They help you to be grounded, especially like in deep spiritual work. So like I did that pretty much between every person that I worked with. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna grow new cords. So just do the same thing again. So grow 2 cords down from your feet, all the way below the ground, below the dirt, to the earth's core, and connect it. You can either connect it to the sphere, a golden sphere, or you can pretend that there is an inner earth, which I don't think is not true. So there's an inner earth and there's a sun there, and see those cords connecting to the sun, and then see that golden sun energy go through the cords up to your feet, and then fill your body with a golden light, filling you with light. If you want, you can expand that light out into your aura. And then just release it and come back. So with the grounding cords, you could do that every morning and then cut them at night. You can, for example, grow new cords when you get to work and then cut them when you leave work, so that you just kind of like leave that connection. And then the same thing happens with like what Chantel was doing yesterday with the solar plexus and the cords. Sometimes you have cords in your heart, sometimes on your solar plexus. You can cut them around the solar plexus as well. Yeah, so I just wanted to do that to help ground us after leaving this high energy space. We were really in the heart space, and the third eye, and in the crown chakra. So I just wanted to like ground us before we finish. And thank you everyone for being here so much. So this is my special offer. So again, I will be having Akashic Records readings or Reiki healings for $33 for 30 minutes. This is something that we would do one-on-one, on Zoom or on a phone call. And with the Akashic Records readings, we would enter the record and ask the questions once in the records. Akashic Records questions are more like what, when, why. I'm sorry, what, how, and why, not when. So you would ask these type of questions. I also have full moon readings available this week and new moon readings. Those are $55, but there's no special for that. They're more like this, like, oh, what cycle are you in? But the beautiful thing about marrying Akashic Records readings and Reiki healings with this is that, yes, we have all this information and we have this insight, but now how do we kind of move that energy? So Akashic Records readings are healing again. They bring it to your higher self and they elevate you, they clear you. And then Reiki healings are just like a powerful way to balance your chakras, bring more balance to your body, cleanse your energy, and just have you feeling less stressed, less in the mind and more in the body. It's great for grounding as well. So they will be $33 for 30 minutes each. And then if you do an hour of Akashic Records readings and Reiki, you get both for $60. All participants that are watching this or can take advantage of this offer for a week. And you can also share with a friend, anyone on Facebook. If you see this late or you hear about it, you have until next Tuesday to take advantage. You can email me to reach out or reach out to me on Instagram as well. And that'll be up on the next slide, I believe, on one of the coming slides. Yeah, there we go. So you can contact me, follow me. I would love to have you, so I can offer more things like this. I sometimes do lives with other platforms. If you'd like to have me as a guest on your Instagram or your platform, I'd be happy to do that as well, to do something like this. And you can also email me again at my email. And this is the information for love offerings and donations. Just as I offered my love, you can offer yours. You can Zelle Quick Pays, so leadershipdevelopment@gmail.com, or you can Cash App Spirit of a Woman. Make sure you put the dollar sign at the beginning, and my code is 693MR. Thank you, thank you. Again, also, when you receive something, it's good for our karma and our karmic debt to give something back. Just side note, not just for me, but in general.
Okay, and then to supplement what we have on an offer for the facilitators, we have in general for WOO, and this is our monthly automated love offering. So you can create something that comes out of your bank account into WOO's account to support the whole movement in general. And you can choose from 4 amounts, $25, $50, $75, or $100 a month. You set it and forget it. The link is a bit.ly link, and that link has been dropped into the chat. So feel free to choose one that works for you. Okay. And tomorrow's Wednesday, and we'll be joined by Andre Nelson. His topic, analytics is art, data is beautiful. And on Thursday, our lovely Shawnee Benton Gibson, topic, birthing with gravity.
That sounds so dope.
Definitely. So if you are new in the space, definitely please let us know that you're here. Don't hide. We want to see you. We want to hear you. Drop it in the comment. I'm new. This is my first day or first week. If you're in Facebook, do the same. Let us know so we can surround you and welcome you, and we want you to come back. So how do you do that? Well, know that we're here Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30 in the morning. And we're here on Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30 in the morning. Not on Friday or Saturday, so don't come looking for us then, but you can go to our Facebook page, which I'll share in a minute. We are always Zooming live and also live on Facebook. And we have a text alert. If you need some support in getting here, or at least remembering what day is what, you can set up your text alert. It's automatic. Now, if you didn't do it already, do it now. If you did it already, don't do it now. Open up your text, type in 74121 in the telephone number section, and Woo Nation in the comment section. Press send, and there you go. Never need to worry about that again. We have swag. You want to go to bit.ly/Woo swag and see all what is for you. Something, one of these things, or all of these things has your name on it. We have a thermos, we have a mug, we have laptop sleeve, a bag, a journal, mask, sweatshirt, and t-shirts, different colors and different sizes. So check them out today. bit.ly/Woo swag. And they make great gifts. So staying in touch. Thank you for joining us today. And we have an email list that you can sign up for. You actually would want to sign up for it every week. Every week we have a different lineup, and every week the email will give you what that lineup is going to be. bit.ly/wake up movement. Don't forget to do that so that you can know who's going to be presenting and be a part of the community who's receiving the first heads up on whatever special offers are dropped in for us. Facebook, I mentioned that we have a page and you can watch the replay. That will be on our private page, and you can go there, bit.ly/Woo community, and fill out the form so that you can be admitted into the space. And we have public page, which is our fan page, as bit.ly/Woo Nation. And that you go there and click like. We have Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual and YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube, and an email address, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com, where you can share whatever it is that you'd like to share with us. We would like to hear from you. So at this point, I'm going to stop the share and ask you all to give Arenas a love shower for this great presentation and readings and insights that you got.
Thank you,
Thank
beautiful.
you,
You are
Marinese. Thank
amazing.
you. This was
Amazing,
wonderful.
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
Such a blessing.
Mwah.
Sending you back healing
Amazing.
and energy and light
Energy to go on
through
and
our
Happy
senses
birthday,
of
everyone,
being.
and
May
let's
your
move
light
forward,
shine. May
everybody.
you continue to grow. May all that you do be of love, light, peace,
Yo,
and joy.
He's
so much.
just
May your
bless you,
days be
bless you,
long
bless you right
and
now.
you
at
have
this
Sending
point.
you
joy
healing and
and
light and
And
energy
focus
joy
from
in
you.
everything
Thank
that
you,
you do.
Marinese. Thank you. Thank you. We
Love
send you this
Thank
blessing.
you,
Yes.
Marinette,
Thank you
Blessing.
so much.
We
sister.
send you light. We send you
Thank
love. We
you,
send you
epic
energy.
sister.
Yes, because you've given out so much.
That I
We
can
Thank
send you
go.
you.
healing, love, and light.
You
Thank
are
you,
Thank you so
Marinese.
much.
Thank
so
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, my
Thank
love your
epic
you.
family.
Marinette.
Bless you,
Gracias
sister.
por todo, mis
Bless you,
hermanas.
sister. God
So
bless you.
Gracias. Thank
God
you.
bless you,
So
sister.
amazing.
God bless you. God bless you.
Amazing. Such an amazing.
Thank you. We
Thank
lift you up. Thank you,
you. Go in
sister.
peace.
Mary.
Go in love. Receive what was given.
Yes.
Expect it to happen.
Yes.
Mwah.
You're welcome. You guys brought kids.